Hello, everyone. This is David, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to be reacting to and reviewing the season 2 trailer for The Mandalorian because I'm really excited for this. And let's get right into it. Beautiful shot.
Show me the one whose safety deemed such destruction. You must reunite it with its own kind.
Where?
This you must determine. The songs of eons past tell of battles between Mandalore the Great and an order of sorcerers called Jedi.
You expect me to search the galaxy and deliver this creature to a race of enemy sorcerers?
This is the way.
You know this is no place for a child. Wherever I go, he goes. So I've heard.
Nice.
This is the way.
Yeah. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That gets me hyped right there. And yeah, this is the way. That's probably one of my favorite lines from anything these days. Um, I like that line a lot better than "I have spoken," which is from the same series. I was like, every time he said that, I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just like, we still don't even know your name, and you're saying I have spoken. And then we finally find out his name, and then he dies. But anyways, yeah. So I'm super hyped for this season. Um, we get to see Mando being a complete badass as usual. Uh, we get to see his journey in trying to reunite little baby Yoda, who we still don't know the name of, with any remaining Jedi and perhaps even his own race. Because let's be honest, we don't really know that much about Yoda's race. We know that they're little. We know that they're long lived, and apparently that they're still a baby when they're 50 years old. So, yeah, that's what we know about him, pretty much. Other than that, what else do we know? Oh, and apparently they're all like different colors, except for apparently our skin pigment. But yeah, that was very fun, and I am definitely looking forward to that. Um, I'm looking forward to seeing more of Moff Gideon too, with that dark saber. That was a nice little nod to you know Star Wars: The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. Both very good shows, by the way. If you haven't seen them, you should, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. Um, I would say I like Rebels just a little bit better than Clone Wars. I will say this. The reason I say that is because I think Rebels tells more of a cohesive story, whereas Clone Wars is more an anthology of events that's told out of sequence. I think there's a proper episode order that you can watch, but honestly, to me, that's too much work. But anyways, yeah. So Mandalorian season 2, very hyped for it. Looking forward to it. It's gonna be here in about a month or so, just over a month. I was definitely like Mandalorian. It makes up for basically the failure of episode 9. That was the failure. That was episode 9 because I'm just gonna say it. Episode 9 is the worst numbered Star Wars movie. I'm putting it out there right now. It's the worst numbered Star Wars movie. First of all, it should have been 2 movies. Like they rushed this. Like if you're gonna bring back Palpatine, the big bad of the first 2 trilogies, you better do it right and give him the time of day that he deserves. What they did with him in episode 9, I refuse to even say the title because that's another thing that was a dumb title. I say that having seen the movie. Before I saw the movie, I thought it was a cool title because, well, like I was like, I'm interested to see what they do with this, and then they did that. It was just bad. Like the dialogue was super cheesy. It tried to have its own like I am inevitable, I am Iron Man, like lines in there, and it just didn't work. It didn't work because Endgame took Infinity War and Endgame, they took the proper time to get us there, to take us on that journey. Episode 9 did none of that. They're just like, hi, I'm J.J. Abrams. I'm going to fix episode 8, even though there's nothing wrong with episode 8. Obviously not as good as episode 7. And you see, I'm one of those people who actually likes the prequel trilogy just as much as I like the original trilogy. Yeah, I said it. Like, I will say this. I think the individual movies of the original trilogy are better as, like, standalone movies. But as a trilogy, the prequel trilogy is more cohesive and tells, like, an actual story arc. With the original trilogy, you can kind of tell that they were kind of flying by the seat of their pants a little bit. Obviously, not as much as with the sequel trilogy. My God. They didn't even have anything close to a plan in place. Wow, I just realized I'm rambling on and on and on and on and on about this. But that's how strongly I feel about this. It's just, J.J. Abrams, you didn't have to fix episode 8. I mean, episode 8 did that a little bit with episode 7 too. Just like, hey, we're going to fix something that doesn't need to be fixed. But it wasn't nearly as bad as what episode 9 did to episode 8. I was like, okay, you could have gotten somewhere interesting with this, J.J. Abrams, but instead you're like, no. Let's bring back a villain that's dead. And let's turn him into a super cheesy caricature of himself. Let's turn him into the, stereotypical villain. Stereotypical over-the-top villain. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. Palpatine has always been over the top, but in, like, a good way. In episode 9, it was in the worst way possible. And The Mandalorian fixed that for me. For one thing, I I remember when I went to go see episode 9, that day, I watched, I believe it was like it was either the second to last episode or like the second to last episode and the last episode of season 1 of The Mandalorian before I went to watch, episode 9. So that got me hyped. And then I went to see it, and I was like, the whole time I was just thinking, I was like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's got cool action sequences, but other than that, as a movie, it's just bad. It's just bad. But anyways, having said all that, I'm really excited about season 2 of The Mandalorian, and I'm sorry for making this ridiculously long. All right. Thanks for watching.